So, today I'm going to go into what a Sonic Unleashed Remaster would look like, since Sonic Team's director said they want to make more remakes after Colors Ultimate, and I have a lot of interesting info and stuff you certainly didn't know, mixed with the improvements I think they should make along the way. But first, I have to quickly read some words from Dragon City. That's right. Dragon City is a free game where you can build your own Dragon City, like a crossbreed of The Sims, Skyrim, and Minecraft. And speaking of breeding, you get to breed dragons to get new ones and feed them to evolve. And you know what else evolves?
Hey, stop!
You can even train your dragons and battle them to make them more powerful. I wonder what else you can train and battle. There's even different PvP modes for my competitive gamers out there. And Dragon City puts out new adventures every week. You can even find your favorite YouTubers such as Fundy, Dream, George Not Found, Eddie VR, and more. And I definitely know all of those. And if you clicky my special widow wink in the description, you get 15,000 food and 30,000 gold, which is enough to solve world hunger. And you know what? Because I'm such a special raccoon, they will also throw in a Citadel Dragon.
Oh my God!
So make sure you download specifically from my link, because when you do want to play this in the future, you will not want to be hungry and poor. Also, they know when you use the link, guys, so please help a brother out. So download Dragon City right freaking now. Ad over. So today we will be talking about Sonic Unleashed Remastered, allegedly Ultimate if they keep the same naming scheme, but this isn't like confirmed release date news or anything like that, but rather since Takashi Iizuka, director of Sonic Team and a dentist's nightmare, said that depending on how well Sonic Colors Ultimate does, they are aware there's a huge demand for different titles remastered, and he says they want to deliver this in the future. So, for my first and potentially last video essay, I'm going to be looking into how SEGA would fix the issues present in the original game, as well as looking at interviews and what Sonic Team regrets about Unleashed. Lastly, drop a like and submarine bell to the Sonic Show, the only source of Sonic news. And let me know what you think about a Sonic Unleashed Remaster, because I actually read the comments. And I'm curious about what you guys would change. So this might be a shock to a lot of the younger audience, but when Sonic Unleashed released, that rhymes, it was reviewed pretty poorly. The general consensus was that the day levels were pretty good, but they were way too short and there wasn't nearly enough of them. And I think we all can understand the poor reviews of the night levels, as these Werehog levels were often really long and had extremely repetitive gameplay and enemy mechanics, all paired with hard movements and almost unrealistic jumps. Then, to progress through the game, you have to find these hidden medals in the hub worlds and the levels. Playing this now, I can understand a little kid being lost, as I basically have the mind of a little kid, and I often can't figure out where I'm supposed to go, or if I'm supposed to do a night level or a day level. Plus, the struggle of having these levels so spaced out, and you having to platform and jump around to get to them, it's just a mess. At least allow me to access the levels through a menu, because a lot of us are raccoon-brained individuals. Even now, whenever I stream the game on Sonic Show Live on Twitch, I get harassed anytime I miss a medal, which if it's your first time playing, will be most of them. I think collectibles like this should give you a fun and meaningful reward, but to make them necessary to progress in the game is a bit hardcore. Like, I personally love collectibles, and collectathons are generally my favorite genre of platformer, but I think you should allow the players to go at their own pace. Maybe you need to unlock a certain amount of medals for the final level only, or a lower required amount overall, so you then have to go back and replay after you finish through the main levels and won't be frustrated or tired of playing the same level over and over again and again. I would also make the medals just glow a little, because it's so easy to miss them, especially when a lot aren't even visible from the camera. So it's like, how did you expect a literal child to find this? I think the medals should unlock customizable features and not be necessary for progression. I think simply beating the levels or maybe requiring certain ranks would be a far better progression system. And then you can go back for the medals to unlock different stat boosts and customizable cosmetics, which we're going to get more into later, as this is where I think a lot of the potential comes from here, as that's what we're seeing in Colors Ultimate right now. And gameplay-wise, with Unleashed already having a lot more going on than Colors, I think cosmetics would be way more interesting here. Different colored fur, maybe? Now, the Werehog levels are many people's least favorite parts. And a few months ago, when I played Unleashed for the first time, I initially thought they weren't that bad, but as I kept playing, I went, oh no. Even playing the higher frame version on Xbox One, which isn't as good as the Series X, don't get me wrong, but there was still a lot of lag with all the glowing animations, and the game was simply not optimized to have so many different enemies on screen. The game was already laggy on the original 360 generation hardware, and don't even get me started on the PS2 and Wii versions. Now, like I mentioned, the game does have a boost on the Xbox Series X, which makes it run pretty smoothly, but still isn't the same as a remaster and doesn't fix the issues the game has. Plus, there's already so much debate about the pros and cons of each port as it is. I believe the Xbox port runs the smoothest because of the Series X, but has this weird green filter over it that someone found was just a single messed up line of code. And while the PS3 one has a clear color, it never got backwards compatibility, so it doesn't even run half as well. And keep in mind, when playing the Werehog levels on original hardware, you will often be dipping to like 4 frames a second at any night level enemy encounter. Plus, the lagginess can make some of the platforming impossible. And I can imagine Sonic Team quietly regrets a lot of the problems with this port, because going forward, everything was universally pretty consistent. Except that one. They didn't work on that one. While I do love Unleashed, its layout and way of getting from level to level could be streamlined, and a lot could be done here. So, with them going back to other remakes, depending on how well Colors does financially and critically, I have a lot of hope. And I do think we will get some Unleashed Remaster, but they would definitely have to tweak some of the mechanics to be more accessible to non-hardcore Sonic fans, whom are literally none of the people watching this video, as I assume you're all Sonic fans, right? But while I think this remake will come, I think it will be further down the line. I think we'll see Adventure and Adventure 2 first, and maybe even Sonic Heroes, but I'm not sure. Possibly even a collection with multiples, but that would mean lower quality remakes, so that would be the last resort. Get it? No, not like the Halo level or the Papa Roach song, but the Sonic tradition ended by Alan Denton. Hope you're real proud, buddy. Personally, I don't have a preference, as it's shocking that so many of the best Sonic games aren't playable on modern hardware. So whichever one they decide, I'm pretty okay with. Only ones that would disappoint me is Generations or any of the newer games. I can't imagine, like, if they remastered Generations, which was basically on all systems, before Adventure, there would be mobs of people storming the streets. SEGA would create a world crisis. People everywhere rising up against their local SEGA offices, causing the UN to step in and declare worldwide martial law. All jokes aside, I don't mind Colors being remastered, as I'll give it to them since it is locked on the Wii. But don't do it again, okay? The storybook games should stay abandoned on that hardware, and we should focus on the games that people actually like. And, you know, could really use some touch-ups. No Sonic Schoolhouse remake, got it? Really hoping for Adventure next if this does well, and it looks like it will. But only time will tell. It's very possible this game could flop, but I wouldn't want to speculate on that until we got some solid data post-release, because pre-orders can be good indicators, but aren't clear indicators of a project. And we likely won't see pre-order data until a bit before release. So, if you really want to see Sonic Unleashed Deluxe or Ultimate or whatever adjective fits your fancy, you have to do your part and pick up Colors Ultimate. You don't have to pre-order and can wait until release. But if this game doesn't do well, an Adventure and Unleashed remake are doomed. And SEGA is likely watching this video, as they watch all of my videos, so drop a like so we can see this happen. I heard a rumor that whenever I release a video, the entire office gathers around a single desk and pops a bowl of popcorn to watch my newest video, which is a little odd. Because not only do they already know all of the Sonic news, but they're also working from home, so I don't know. We should send the police to whatever monster started this fake and disgusting rumor. Okay, I know what you've been waiting for. Let's get into the cosmetics, not Cosmodor. So, Colors Ultimate has your shoes, boosts, aura, and gloves. Hopefully there's no option to take the gloves or shoes off. And while these unlockables aren't necessarily world-shattering, I think there's a lot of potential to expand this. Imagine having an entirely different colored Sonic that also has the same darker shade of Werehog, as well as the other customizable perks. You would even be able to change your Unleashed colors. This would give an alternate incentive for the medals, making them more fun to find, especially when it's not required to progress, which would make the player no longer feel agonized trying to find enough. Sonic Unleashed was a great entry a lot of fans want to see, as it's very inaccessible on modern consoles, in a way where Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 aren't. Sure, they're just ports, but they're not bad ports at all. And this is slightly off topic, but everyone's talking about an Unleashed Ultimate, which I'm all about, but nobody ever talks about Sonic Heroes. Why? This game has a ton of potential, with it also being known for having a lot of bugs, which speedrunners drool at the mouth looking at. There's so much potential in Heroes. Maybe they wouldn't want to touch the Shadow game, but since they came out around the same time and have a graphically similar style, I would love to see a bundle with both. Sonic Heroes had amazing multiplayer, albeit only a few available levels and only one mode available from the beginning. In fact, I'd reckon many of you didn't even know there were a ton of other multiplayer modes to unlock.
Off the maze, off the
topic. Okay, I'll stop talking about Heroes, because that's likely its own video. In closing, Sonic Unleashed Epic, rest assured knowing you're not entirely blinded by nostalgia, as there's a lot of gameplay elements that haven't been surpassed in recent titles. But there's also a lot that could be touched up. Makeup really does wonders for just okay looking people. And I think Sonic Team themselves, not throwing it off to a rando studio, could potentially cake some makeup on this game to give it the love it deserved and missed. If they don't, well, I mean, obvious disappointment, but don't get discouraged if we see Adventure first, because that's likely. However, do be disappointed if the next remaster is Generations, as it's aged gracefully and doesn't need a remaster of any kind, unless they want to add like ray tracing or something crazy cool like that, you know, then maybe. Oh my god. When you look at the time, I don't even have time to do an outro. Okay, so quickly, yeah, go subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. Definitely hit the bell. Hit the bell. Drop a like, too. I don't know if it does anything, but why not? Also, again, a big thank you to Dragon City. Download from the link in my description and pinned comment. Dragon City, free. I can't talk about the album today. Too burnt. See ya. Love. Bye.
Damn. These nuts.